Emma here. This week I want to talk about change. There's the old saying from Einstein, who was supposed to have said this, is the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And when we have anxiety and depression, we very much get into that loop. You might have seen my blog recently about the hamster wheel. Well, this is sort of an extension of that, really. That was a really nice analogy that a client inspired me to use. But I wanted to talk a little bit more in depth about change. We as humans are quite uncomfortable with change sometimes. It depends on your personality and what you like. Some people embrace change and they love to discover new things. But if you are working off this primitive brain, this part of your brain that steps in when you have anxiety, depression or anger, then it will do everything it can to stop you doing anything new. It wants to keep you doing the same thing over and over again. The way it operates is, if you did something yesterday and you survived, then it's obviously the right thing to be doing. So it will encourage you to be doing the same thing again today. Now, this doesn't have to be logical, it doesn't have to be rational, and it's quite often something that we really don't want to be doing. It might be unwanted habits that we've developed. But as far as your primitive brain is concerned, if you did it yesterday, you're still here, do it again, because it's a survival tactic. So it will actively try and stop you from stepping outside your comfort zone and doing something new. But if you want something to change in your life, you have to be prepared to change something. Change doesn't happen without you. If you are just waiting for circumstances to change, then you're going to be waiting a very long time. What you haven't realised yet is that it is you that is in control of that change. It is you that makes that happen. Just waiting on other things and other people is going to keep you locked in the same situation. If you are waiting for something to happen that you're not in control of, doing something else that's different is actually going to help that whole process and will widen your options. But you have to step out of this comfort zone, do something different in order to make change happen. There's another nice analogy that I think explains it really well. What stops us stepping out of our comfort zone and doing something new is the fear of the unknown. And people want to know every step and everything that's going to happen before they step or put their first foot on that step, rather. Well, that's never going to happen. You're never going to know everything about something that you're doing for the first time. Doesn't make sense, does it? The fact that it is new, that you are doing it for the first time, that you are making a change, says that you don't know what will happen. But humans are incredibly uncomfortable with ambiguity, so that not knowing will stop you putting that first toe or whatever on the step. But this is the analogy that I like to use, and it's about crossing the Sahara Desert. Many years ago, there used to be a path across the Sahara Desert. So it's the 500 miles across was marked by a path in the sand. But of course, it is sand, and over time, the winds blow and the path gets disrupted and you can no longer see a clear path across. And many people would die attempting the crossing over the Sahara Desert. And then, of course, as word got out that this was happening, people didn't get to their destination, people stopped crossing it altogether. Until the French Foreign Legion came along. Now what they did was they started placing 50-gallon oil drums at 3-mile intervals across the Sahara Desert for the full 500 miles. Now, on the Earth's curvature, if you're down at sea level, you can see for about 3 miles. So what this meant was that you could always see one oil drum behind you and one in front of you. So you always knew you were on the right path. And as you got to the next one in front of you, then the next oil drum would appear further down the line. So you could see the next part of your journey. And this is what life is like. Setting out on a new path, you don't know where it's going to take you. But as you travel along that path, new options and opportunities reveal themselves to you. The next step of the path becomes clear, and then the step after that becomes clear. But at the end of the day, only you can make that first step. And it is uncomfortable not knowing where that step is going to take you, but it will take you on a new path. And if you don't know, if you don't like where you are right now, you're suffering from anxiety or depression, I can bet you that stepping onto a new path will be a positive step. If you don't like where it takes you, first of all, you can change direction. You can take one of the branches that will appear to you along the way. You'll come to crossroads and you can make a new decision. But you have started, and that's the important thing. You've made those first steps. They're the most difficult steps. But once you're off, you create the journey along your way. So that's it. That's the Hypno blog for today. Don't forget, if there's anything I can help with, just drop me an email and let me know what's on your mind, and I will get back to you. Until next time, bye.